This is chapter 13, direct and inverse proportion. We are with exercise 13 point. This is exercise 13.2. In this question it is saying which of the following are in inverse proportion. You have to find out that among this which of the following are in inverse proportion. What does inverse proportion means? Inverse proportion means if there are any such two quantity, if one quantity is increasing, the other will be decreasing. Or vice versa. If one is decreasing, the other will be increasing. Suppose there is a quantity A. This is inversely proportional to quantity B. Means if A will increase, B will decrease. Okay? Or you can say that if A will decrease, B will increase. Okay? So this is what inverse proportion means. Through the question we will understand this. See, in this question it is saying the number of workers on a job and the time to complete the job. This is little bit tough. You have to understand to think what the question is saying, because here we are not going to solve. We are just looking at this. You have to understand what is this sentence saying. So here it is saying the numbers of workers on a job and the time to complete the job. Means what he is talking about, the number of workers which are in job and the time they need to complete the job. Means what they are talking about, the workers, and they are talking about the time. Okay? Means here if the number of workers, if number of workers will increase, if I will increase the number of workers, so the time to complete that job, what will be the time be? The time will decrease. Suppose the number of workers I am taking here as 10. It takes how much hours to complete that particular job? It takes 5 hours. Okay? Means if I will increase the number of workers, the time will be decreased. Okay? Because the number of their workers at a particular time, there will be n number of workers, so they will be finishing this particular job in less time duration. If I increase this as 25 worker, I will see maybe it will be taking as how much, 2 hours, because as I will be increasing the number of workers, the time will be decreasing. So means what happened here, if I will increase the number of workers, here the time will be decreased. Similarly, vice versa, this will happen. If I decrease the number of workers, if I will decrease the number of workers, so what happened? The time will increase. Yes or no? Suppose I will take 5 workers. So what? This 5 workers will take much more time to complete the particular job. So here it may be taking as 3 hours to complete. Okay? But if I will increase this 5 workers to 10 workers. Okay? So the time they will take, maybe it will be decreased. Why? Because as compared to this 5 worker, 10 worker will finish the job more in less time duration. So here what happens, if I will increase the number of workers, the time will be decreased, and if I will decrease the number of workers, the time will be increased. More workers, less time, less worker, more time. So here we are facing what? An inverse proportion. So here in this question, what you have to write, the number of workers on a job at a time to complete the job. Which of the following are in inverse proportion? Here this is in inverse proportion. So on the first answer you can write down, yes, this is in inverse proportion. So answer for what will be? First, this is in inverse proportion. Now let us check for the next question. Here it is saying the time taken for a journey and the distance travelled in a uniform speed. Here they are talking about the time for a journey and the distance travelled. Time. Second, it is talking about time and distance travelled. But the condition is that in uniform speed. In physics, you might have studied about uniform speed. Uniform speed means 1 hour to travel how much kilometer? 20 kilometer. If I will increase the number of time, if I will take 2 hours, again with uniform speed means this will be the same. Means it will again take how much? 20 kilometer. 20 kilometer, 20 kilometer means 40 kilometer. Okay. Means the same speed, means sorry, this will cover how much? 20 kilometer only. Because here the speed is what? 20 uniform speed. If 1 kilometer also it will travel 20, and if on the second kilometer also it will travel 20 kilometer. Means the distance travel is the same and the time is increasing. Means here if time is increasing, the distance is also increasing. Sorry, here it will be 40 only. 1 hour 20 kilometer, 2 hour it is 40 kilometers. Okay, because here the number of time is increasing, the distance is increasing. If the number of hour again has increased, this will again increase. Means here what is the relation? Here is time is directly proportional to distance travel. Here it means the time, if you will increase the time, the distance will increase. If you will decrease the time, the distance will decrease. Means here the condition is this is directly proportional. Okay. So in the second question, it is not given in the question that you have to measure that whether they are in direct proportion or indirect. Here it is saying that is the following are in inverse proportion. So this is not in inverse proportion. So second answer will be this is not inverse proportion. This is not inverse proportion. Likewise, think about the next question and try to solve this. In this question it is saying the time taken for a journey and the distance travelled in a uniform speed. You have to find out whether this is in inverse proportion or not. So here it is talking about the time taken for a journey and the distance travelled. Means talking about the time taken and distance travel, but the condition is there, it is for uniform speed. Okay, so uniform speed means at the same speed, एक ही गति पे बोलते हैं ना. Like if it is traveling in 1 hour it is traveling 30 kilometer. Okay, so in the second hour also it will travel how much? 30 kilometer. In the third hour also it will travel how much? It will cover the distance 30 kilometer. Means uniform speed means it will be the same, at the same speed it will travel. At the same distance it will travel. If 1 hour it is traveling how much distance? 30 kilometer. If 2 hours it is traveling 30. 3 hours it is traveling how much? 30 kilometers. So here what is happening? You are with the uniform speed. In here you can see if I am increasing the time, the distance is also increasing. If I will decrease the time, the distance will also decrease. Okay. So in this condition it is not like that ki if I am increasing the time will decrease, distance will decrease. Is it like this? No. Or if I increase the time, the distance will increase. The distance will decrease. No. On increasing the time, the distance also increase. On decreasing the time, the distance will also decrease. So this is the condition that time will be directly proportional to the distance travel. But in the uniform speed, so this is in this condition it is directly proportional. But here in the question it was not given that whether you have to find out it is in direct proportion or indirect proportion. It was given to you that you have to find out that is the sentence inverse proportion. So no, answer will be this is not in inverse proportion. Okay, this is the answer. This is question number 3 of exercise 13.2. As this is a very lengthy question, I am going to read the question from the book. Please refer the book to see the question. Here in this question it is saying Rahman is making a wheel using spoke. A boy named Rahman, he is making a wheel using the spokes. He wants to fix 6 spokes in such a way that the angle between any pairs of consecutive spokes are equal, help him in completing his the table. Here you are giving with the number of spoke and angle between the pair of the consecutive spoke. So I am naming this as A and this as B. Means a number of spoke I will represent it by A, and angle between the pair of consecutive spoke I will represent it by B. So from here as you can see, when I will increase the number of spokes, the angle between the pair of consecutive spokes are decreasing. If it is 4, it is 90. But if I have increased the number of spokes to 6, the angle is decreased. Again, if I will increase, this will also decrease. If I will again increase the number of spokes, this will also decrease. Again, I will increase the number of spokes, this will also decrease. So here, as you know that A in inverse proportion, as you know that in inverse proportion, A is inversely proportional to 1 by B, and if I remove this inverse proportional sign, I will write equal to signs, and this will be equal to what? It will be equal to any constant k. If I have to remove this proportional sign, I will write a constant k and 1 by b here. So from here, if I find the value of k, it will be, this is a equal to k by b. So if I have to find the value of k, this will be equal to a into b. Okay, a into a is number of spoke and b is the angle here. So I am given with k. If I will take a as number of spoke and b as the consecutive angle between them. So this is b is how much? 90 degree. So 9 4s are 36, 360 degree. So what is the value of k here? We have find out. K is here as, I am writing k equal to, here is 360 degree. This will be used. So let's find out for the first. What is given to you? Now here you know as k equal to what? A into b, and the value of k you know it is 360 degree. Here in the first, number of spokes is given, means A is given, so A is 8 here. B you can find out. Okay, so from here B equal to how much? 360 degree by 8. Okay, so from here you can cancel out. This will be 2 4s are 8, 2 1s are 2 8s are 2 0. Okay, from here 2 2s are 2 9s are. Again from here 2 1s are 2 4s are 8, 2 5s are 10. So this is how much? 45 degree. So from here, if I have taken the number of spoke as 8, so the degree will be 45 degree. So you know that as I am increasing the number of spokes, the angle is decreasing. So for second, let's take for the, if I will take A equal to 10, so K is equal to A into B. So 10 is, this is 10 into B, K is 360 degree. From here, B will be equal to 360 by 10. So this will be B equal to how much? 36 degree. So this is what? 36 degree. Now, if I take K here as 12, so this, A as 12, this is 12 into B, K is 360 degree. So this will be 360 degree by 12 equal to B. 12 1s are 12, 2 is 24, 12 3s are 36. So this is B equal to how much? 30 degree. So here it will be 30 degree. Okay. Now in the first question, what it is saying, see in your book what it is saying. Just go through your first question. In this question, it is saying, first question it is saying, add the number of spoke and the angle formed between the pair consecutive spoke and inverse proportion. Are they in inverse proportion? Yes. When I am increasing the number of spoke, they are the angle between the pair of consecutive spokes are decreasing. From here you can clearly see number of spoke is increased, so the angle is decreasing. So these are in inverse proportion. So answer number first is yes, because when I increase the number of spoke, the angle between the pair of consecutive spokes is decreasing. You can write down this. Okay. Second, it is saying calculate the angle between a pair of consecutive spoke of a wheel with 15 spoke. Means what it is given? A, it is given to you as 15. B, you have to find out. So you know K is equal to A into B. K is 360 degree. 15 into B. So B is equal to 360 degree upon 15. Okay. So you can cancel it by 3 ones are 3 2s are 3 zeros are 3 5s are. Okay. This is 5 ones are 5 2s are 5 4s are. So here B is how much? 24 degree. Now the third question is saying how many spokes would be needed if the angle between a pair of consecutive spokes is 40 degree. Means here what is given in the third question? B it is given. What is given to you? Angle is given. Means B it is given to you as 40 degree. A you have to find out. K is equal to A into B. K is 360 degree. A you have to find out. B is 40 degree. From A you will get 360 degree by 40 degree. So this and this gets cancelled. 4 ones are 4 nines are. So A equal to how much? 9. And what is 9? 9 is the number of spokes here. This is question number 5. Here the question is saying a farmer has enough food to feed 20 animals in his cattle for 6 days. Means there is a farmer who is having enough food so that he can feed how many animals? 20 animals for 60 days. Means here he is talking about animals and days. So he is having enough food that for which he can feed 20 animals for 6 days. This much enough food he is having. So how long would the food last if there are 10 more animals? He is saying the same food is there, but how long if the food will last if 10 more animals would be added in the candles? Means already he is having 20 animals and he is having sufficient food for this 20 animals and this will last for 6 days. But what will happen if he will increase 10 more animals? Means the total here will become 30. So what will happen? For how many days that food will last? You know that if I will increase the number of animals, the animal will consume more food. Means it will, the time what will happen? The time will decrease. Means the number of days what will happen? It will increase on increasing the number of the animals. So this is the condition of what? Inverse proportion. So in inverse proportion we know as the animal will increase, the day will decrease here. Okay. So here this is an inverse proportional condition. So in inverse proportion we know that x1 y1 is equal to x2 into y2. x1 is 20 and y is 60. 20 animals for 60. So 30 animals for x days. So let the day be what? X. From here you can find out the value of x. So x will be equal to 20 into 6 upon 3. 30. This 0 and this 0 gets cancelled. 3 ones are 3 2s are 6. From here x is equal to 4. So for how many days? If the number of animal is 30, the days will be 4. Okay. Means if you increase the number of animal, the days will decrease. So this is the condition of the inverse proportion. So how many more days this food will last? This will last for 4 days. Answer is 4 days.